Hello. I recently submitted a group of 20 coins to ANACS. It was my first submission, and I wanted to share with you all the results. Some good, some not so good, but I'll share what I have. The first coin I bought raw many years ago. It's a 1914 D cent, which is one of the rarer ones. It came back damaged. Not entirely surprised by that. I had submitted it previously to PCI several years ago and also got a damaged grade as well. So not a big surprise, but always good to have an ANACS holder and authenticated. The next coin is a somewhat rare seeded dollar. It is the 1872S with a mintage of 9,000. And I purchased this again raw several years ago and also slabbed with PCI, but recently had it slabbed with ANACS. Again, an important measure of this coin is to have it authenticated. I believe ANACS did a very good job grading this particular coin. The next coin is one of the rarer Barber halves, the 1914, came back VG8. That was the grade I would have assigned as well, and was glad to see that it did not come back as cleaned or any other type of details designation. The next coin actually surprised me. It's a 1877 half dollar, and I was really impressed when I purchased this coin just because of its natural beauty, and it looks very untouched in terms of it not being cleaned. However, ANACS came back and said that it's scratched, and I have looked this coin over several different times, and I have been unable to exactly find where the scratch is located. So I think in this one they were a little bit tougher than I would have expected. So again, a nice coin, 1877, not unusually rare, but I think it's a very nice coin. The next coin is a 1902 MS63 red-brown Indian cent. One of the things I like about this one, while I do agree that it is red-brown, it is, and maybe difficult to tell in the pictures, but it has a very beautiful toning and some purple shades. So I really like this one. This was purchased in a PCI holder, and I believe it was originally an MS63 as well. The next coin was purchased as a PCI MS65, and it is a 1909 VDB. Came back MS62 red. A little bit disappointed. I thought it was going to come in a little bit higher. Maybe not an MS64, but certainly an MS63 or 64 I would have found to be acceptable. So ANACS was a little tough on this one. Next one is an 1824 bust half dollar. Came back corroded, and I had originally gotten this in a PCI slab, and they straight graded it. However, I can see that there is some darkness on the obverse, which I believe ANACS is attributing to corrosion. So not totally in disagreement with the grade, but certainly would have liked it to have been a straight grade, as I don't feel it's been cleaned, and I think it's generally a pretty coin. The next one that came back was a 1942 proof Lincoln cent. It's a very nice, lustrous red example. And it was originally in a PCI at PR65, and it came back proof 62. And I suspect the reason is there is a slight hint of a fingerprint, and that probably, while it didn't come back as a details grade, thank goodness, I think they probably deducted some points for that. The next one I purchased raw. It was a Flying Eagle cent, and it came back corroded. Well, I agree with the VF30. I thought they were a little bit tough on it, but maybe I'm not exactly sure how they designate corrosion. But it's a nice coin. The next one, although not an expensive coin, is probably one of my most disappointing grades of the lot. This was originally in a PCI MS62, came back MS60, and I really thought this one should have at least crossed at 62, although I didn't ask them to cross it at a particular grade. It's really a pretty coin with some nice luster, and of all the ANACS coins, there's only 4, this being one graded MS60. Thought that was a little bit harsh for this example. I did talk to the ANACS representative at the recent coin show, and he suspects that there may have been some slight rub, which would have possibly put it in the AU58 category, and that they market graded it up to MS60. So not sure. Maybe they gave me a benefit of the doubt on this one, but I was hoping it'd be a little bit higher than this. Where I did get a little bit of a lift was a 1936D Buffalo nickel. I had it in a green label PCI slab, and it bumped up from MS64 to MS65. So nice little jump there in value, and it's a nice coin as well, very lustrous. Next coin is a Morgan, 1883 MS62. I believe that's what it was in the PCI slab. I purchased it, and it crossed at MS62. No disappointment there. Next coin is an 1881 Morgan. It came back MS61. Again, I think that's probably a reasonable grade based on some of the scuff marks on the cheek, but I wanted to get it in an ANACS slab to make it a little bit more marketable. Now, the next coin is a little bit of a disappointment. It is an 1881S, and it was originally slabbed as a proof-like, and I was actually hoping to at least cross as a proof-like, but it came back as a cleaned MS60. It didn't even get a proof-like designation, so not sure I like that. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more on this one. So 1881S is not a tough year for dimple coins or PL coins, but I would have liked that designation to stay on this coin. Next coin was an 1891, came back MS60, was originally in a PCI green slab at MS61. As I studied the coin a little bit more, I think they're probably pretty right on in terms of the MS60. Just glad they didn't do any type of details grade, or worse, putting it in an AU58. So overall, not too bad. This one is a raw coin, and I just wanted to get it slabbed with a lot. It was a 1834 VG10 half cent, and I guess the biggest thing, I think they accurately graded, but the biggest thing on this one was it came back clean. Not cleaned, but came out without any type of details of designation. So always view that as a plus with ANACS, because I think they are really tough on coins as far as cleaning, scratches, and corrosion. An 1892, not a rare coin, but I thought I'd go ahead and get this one slabbed too. Fine 15, nothing too exciting to talk about. Nice little uncleaned version, and it did not come back with any type of details. A win. Another coin I had was a 1853 3-cent silver, and I just wanted to get this one slabbed. I had it raw, VF30, no details issues, and I think that's probably an accurate representation of the grade. Another disappointment on this one here. They got me on this one here. This one, the VF25, which is fine, but they said it was, once again, scratched, and I have to then do the hunting on the coin to actually find out where the scratch is. So a little bit of disappointment there. And the final coin was a raw coin that I purchased several years ago. I just thought I'd get it slabbed. Came back bent and cleaned. And I'm not surprised about the cleaned. Don't disagree with that, but really surprised about the bent. I'm not sure how they determined that, but I guess it is what it is. I never really noticed that before, but it must have enough of a little bend in it to have caught their attention. So again, ANACS has gotten very tough. And so overall, my assessment is generally I think they're pretty accurate, and they've gotten very tough. And I think the concept that PCGS and NGC, which I very much like, that somehow ANACS is a distant third, I think is probably not correct anymore. I think the designations they have coming out now are pretty tough, and so I would not hesitate to purchase a ANACS coin at the grade listed. Thank you very much for watching.